So I want to talk about dating apps, and I want to talk about my own experience in it. So a lot of my friends know that I recently became single. Actually, not even recent, over a year ago, and I got tired of going out every night, and then trying to do that whole dance and drink, chit chat, and to meet that one, diba? Yeah, it's so tiring. So I figured, what is another way to meet people aside from being referred by your friends, right? And it's hard being referred by your friends because you're limited. Not only pressure, there's limitations by the social circles you surround yourself in. I wanted to see what was out there. So people were saying go into the dating apps. So what are the dating apps that they recommended? There was Bumble, Tinder, and then there was Coffee Meets Bagel.
Oh my God!
Tatlo yan. There are three. So I want to give you some of the insights I've gotten from actually going on these apps. So, okay. So Bumble, the girl initiates the conversation, not the guy. If you match, the girl initiates a conversation or there's no connection. The connection only goes as far as nag-connect kayo, but that's it. It's a match, but if the girl doesn't message you, that's it. Within 24 hours. Coffee Meets Bagel, I find that it attracts a more legitimate personalities or people, real people. Tinder, there are a lot of fake accounts. So people have this impression that Tinder is a booty call app. I tend to disagree. I think the apps are all the same. You will get what you want out of it, and you will see what you want out of it. If you post bikini shots, you will most likely get booty calls. If you post more conservative shots, you will more likely get more serious matches. And it also depends on who you're matching with. If you match with a guy that's topless, mukhang nagpapamacho hang sexy, then you will probably get a booty call. I'm not trying to stereotype. I'm just saying that it increases the probabilities. By doing one thing, you will attract a certain type of person. That's all it is. So you will get out of it what you put into it, right? Okay. So my perspective on it as a guy, the guy's perspective on dating apps is different from a girl's perspective, or the guy's experience is different from a girl's experience of a dating app. So a guy's experience is this, and my experience is this. I've noticed that, unfortunately, kasi for the dating apps, they're only asking you to pick the gender. First, you're putting your gender, either you're man or woman. That's it.
The age.
Oh, you put the age, but I'm saying in terms of gender, you only have two choices.
Yeah.
And then when they ask you, what are you looking for? You only have two choices, man or woman. See the problem?
Yes.
So there's a lot of transgenders that are out now that don't know if they want to meet a guy, but they're transgender. And therefore they'll put woman. So for the guy, it looks like you're deceiving me. But then for a transgender, they really feel that they are a woman, not born naturally as a woman, but they want to attract men because they feel like they're really a woman, even though they're not born a woman, but they identify as a woman. So that's the problem. So I think that the dating app should be more, they should be more sensitive about gender preferences and include other genders, such as gay, lesbian, transgender, LGBT. I think I read somewhere that Tinder is about to do that, to include some of that. And I think they should, because they should be more inclusive. And it lessens the confusion. So, so you want me to tell you some of my experiences?
Yes,
It's kind of
interesting.
so I've experienced catfishes. So catfishes are when they post a photo and it's not really them. And then when you're trying to set up a meeting, they don't want to meet with you. And then they want to do video calls, and yet they don't want to converse. And when you're watching the video, they're exposing themselves, and you're like, whoa, I just wanted to converse. Because it's not really a girl probably you're chatting with. It's probably a guy or somebody or another woman, doesn't matter, who just wants to see how much they can get out of you on camera for whatever reason, for their own pleasure, or maybe even to blackmail you. I don't know. Number two, I've experienced meeting up with a girl that actually was a transgender. That was interesting because when on the photo, she looked like a girl, very feminine and everything. And when I saw her in person, I realized that that was a guy as soon as I saw her. And I wasn't rude. But I was very straightforward. I asked her immediately, if she was a transgender, and she said naman, but she hesitated. She hesitated, and then she said yes. And I asked her, why did she hesitate? And she said to me, I hesitated because I really identify myself as a woman. And I said, and I looked in her eyes and I realized she was really sincere, that she really felt like she was a woman. So I felt like she wasn't really trying to deceive, because she said, why do I have to explain that I wasn't born a woman when I had my gender changed when I was a teenager pa? And I said, okay, that makes sense. So I just said lang, siguro lang to avoid problems, because I think that's a big deal for a lot of people. And that would lessen the rejection for you as well, and the confusion. To be more transparent about it. Although I understand why she didn't feel the need to do that. I kind of felt bad nga because I felt, when I was talking to her, I saw the feeling of rejection, the feeling of not being accepted. And I wanted to make sure she didn't feel that from me. And I said, it's not because I don't find you attractive. It's more, that's not my preference. That's all it is. So that was an interesting experience. We had coffee, we chit-chatted. I learned a lot from that person. And there are some girls naman that are very photogenic.
Overfiltered?
Yes, over-filtered. So my advice for the women is, please don't put bunny ears or the pa-cute stuff, because it doesn't represent, it doesn't represent how you really look like. So for the guys, when a girl puts, for me na lang at least, for me, when I see a girl putting mga Snapchat filters with the cute bunny ears, that's a swipe left for me. Immediately swipe left. So what I learned is this. The first time I did it, I was kind of just swiping right. I would swipe right a lot. Parang may itsura, I'll swipe right and everything. Now I'm becoming more selective now, because I realize I really don't have a lot of time, and I'm not. At first, people I think really want to connect. Why not? We all want to be in a relationship. We want to have that partner in life, right?
Yeah.
The advantage of the dating apps is this: it broadens your social circle, and it broadens your choices by a lot, by thousands. Immediately, you're meeting more people that you would never have a chance to meet if it's not for the dating apps. The hard part about the dating apps is this: there are a lot of people that are willing to get to know you through the dating app, and then it stops there. And I am not a fan of endless chats. It's a waste of time. I'm chatting with someone, I don't even know if I connect with you. Sometimes, because for me, the connection or that compatibility or that spark, I'll only feel it when I'm in front of the person, when I'm talking to the person and they're right in front of me, not through the computer. That's for me. But some can get that on the computer, that's fine. But for me, kasi I'd really prefer that face-to-face meeting. Kasi I don't want to waste your time. We could be chatting for months, and then when I meet you for the first time, I'm like, there's no connection.
Yeah.
Right? And then what? Am I going to say, I'm sorry, I wasted your time? No, it's, I'd prefer that we meet right away and really get to know each other and spend time and do activities together. Like people, not like computers where we're just chatting. Let's do activities. Let's go somewhere. Let's watch a movie. Let's have coffee. Let's converse face to face. And that's what I don't like about the dating apps. It limits it to that. A lot of people are afraid kasi to go beyond that. So they'll chat, but to face meet, there are people that are afraid to do that for a lot of reasons. Of course, safety then for women. I understand. That's why you have to be more selective.